How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. I know it's been a minute since I've given you guys an update. I've been getting those messages, and you know what? I had the video ready for you guys, so I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know those key levels in a bearish case scenario and as well as in a bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. The reason why the short interest is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and the selling behavior like on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $4.81, being down 5.13%. On the low, it tested $4.66, and then on the high, testing $4.96. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 20.268 million shares, and then for the average volume over 10 trading days, being at 35.438 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we ended up seeing some pressure on the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the 1 year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 39.80. And then when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart here, we continue to be above the 200 day. We are below the 100 day, the 21 day EMA, and as well as the 50 day. One thing that I want to bring to your attention though, we are definitely in an area of support for BBIG. So you're going to want to see a continuation of this because then we could chalk this up as consolidation. One thing that is very clear, we do have an area of resistance right here at the $5 level. We ended up testing $4.96. So you're going to want to see for tomorrow BBIG getting above 5 so we can start catching some momentum. And if we can get here right to the 100 day where it's around $5.09, I feel we can start picking up some more steam, and then the next resistance area would be right here around $5.32. If we decide to pull back now, on the low of the day it was around $4.66, but do keep in mind we have shown to been able to bounce off of $4.57. And also if we decide to go back even further, then the next level you'd want to see hold up would be right here in the 440s. So continue to keep an eye on this play, but for the most part, I really want to see BBIG above $5 if I'm going to be taking any type of an intraday trade and so forth. So let's see how it goes. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for BBIG. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So what we can see here for November the 2nd, which is today from the filings, we have Cambridge Investment Research Advisors that went in with just over 115,000 shares. We also do have Center Star Asset Management with a value of 107,000 shares. We also have Raymond James and Associate that ended up closing out their position, and we also have Victory Capital Management that purchased just over 13,000 shares. So we see some activity in regards to filings, and of course it's good to see we have open positions. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 33.57%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 4.6 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 150,000, and then when we take a look at the short borrow fee rate, it's at 42.23%. So that is fairly high there. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for the close of October the 29th, which was last week Friday, it was at 36.52, and then And now for November the 1st, which was yesterday, it was 33.57. So what this tells us right away, BBIG does continue to have short squeeze potential. There's still a lot of shorts who are inside of this play. And if we take into consideration the short borrow fee, it is also fairly high. So this is why you're going to see a lot of volatility when it comes to this play. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we could see here on the inflow is 16.53, and then on the outflow it was 20.24. When we take a look at the breakdown, we had 0 on the large, 10.80 on the medium, and 5.73 on the small. Keep in mind this is in the millions. When we take a look at the outflow side, we had 0.55 on the large. On the medium, we had 13.06, and then on the small, we had 6.63. So overall, an outflow day. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for November the 2nd, we have 553.44. So again, no surprise there. We saw that there were some outflows on the large. When we take a look at the breakdown, we could see as far as for on the retail side, there was a lot more selling than we had buying. But again, there was still some demand. And then when we take a look at the medium, you could see that we had more selling than buying as well. And we also did notice this for the large. Now, as we take a look at the turnover ratio, it is at 21.14%. So this is not too bad whatsoever. We do know there's still a good amount of traders coming in and out of this play, but there are also many who are continuing to hold their BBIG shares, and I know many of you will be excited to actually hear that. And that's really good considering the fact that this will be a volatile week. It has been a volatile week. You know what, I should just say for today to be more direct, because we do have the Fed meeting that went down today that's going to be going into tomorrow. So again, I just want to see BBIG continue to show some strength in the range that it's currently been trading in. So now let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, I just love when the price action is above $5. What it's looking like right now, $5 is a resistance area. So the moment we're able to actually gain some steam and have some more volume coming into the play, this is where I feel like things will be looking a hell of a lot better. When we take a look at where it tested as far as for support, we see we had some strength right at that 466 level. So you're going to want to see a continuation of that if it decides to pull back going into tomorrow. If you don't see that, then of course you guys can take a look at the technicals, because I talked about what the next level would be to look out for. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, we could see BBIG still continues to have short squeeze potential. So the only thing that we need to come through this play is volume, having more traders. I know many times you guys don't want to hear, oh man, traders, all they want to do is just sell, buy, take quick profits and so forth, but it helps with the overall volume. It brings more attention into the stock. It shows up on more screeners. If you're seeing BBIG and it's one of those top gainers and you have all that interest and there's so much demand, it's going to help the stock move up. So this is why I say you can't just say, well, you know what, I blame all the traders or it's their fault that the stock is not doing what it's supposed to do. They're actually helping. So this is why you have to do your homework and do your due diligence, especially if you're going to be looking at this play as an investment. And as many of you know already, I do not hold any shares of BBIG at the moment. I would much rather actually trade this play because I do like the price action, especially when it is above $5 and there's a lot of volume coming into the play. So I look forward to see how BBIG performs going into tomorrow and as well as the rest of the week. And let's see if we end up getting that spike that can bring in more demand into the stock like we were seeing previously. We'll be talking soon.